today we'll be discussing DDL, which is data definition language, and it is used to define structure to a database. First, we'll start a XAMPP app and go to manage server and start all the servers that we have. Here it is already running. Now we'll go to Google Chrome and type localhost and then go to phpMyAdmin. Now on the left side we'll see all the database we already have. Now we'll go to SQL and create a database named school. Now to run it, we'll click on go at the right corner, and as you can see on the left side we have gotten a database called school. Now we'll click on it, so we can see here we have gotten the database as school, and now we'll create tables inside this database. We can give the first table name as students. Now in bracket we'll have to add the name of the columns and the data type. So we can take the first column as ID and the data type as numeric. The second column we can take as name, data type this, and the length. Now we can give it a primary key, which is a unique ID thing which only a single student will have, and we'll pass the name ID in it. We can create another table called teachers. And we can give them another column called address. Now we'll run this. So it says it is executed successfully. Now to check, on the left side you can see school has two tables, students and teachers. Now if we click on school, and we can see two tables, students and teacher. If we click on an individual table, we'll see the name of the columns that we created, which is ID name. Now we'll click on school again and see the database is school before entering anything in the SQL. Now whatever we'll be typing, it will be executed inside this database only. Now other commands that we have for defining a structure is alter. If we want to alter a column or add a new column, so first we'll write alter table, the name of the table that we want to alter. Let's take teachers, and we need to add a new column, for example, and the column name is, let's say, courses that they will be teaching, and we'll give that a data type and we'll run it. And when you click on teachers, you'll see another column named course that we have added. Now we'll again go to school, and now alter has a lot of commands such as add, drop, modify. Let's see if we want to drop a column. So we'll take teachers again, and let's say we want to drop the column address. When we run it, if we go to teachers, we'll see that the address column is not there. Now we'll go again. So alter also has one more command called as modify. Let's say we want to change the length of the name column in student table. So we'll write modify column and the name of the column, which is name, and in the length of the data we'll write it as 30, which was originally 20, and let's run this. So this is also executed successfully. Now alter part is done. Now there are two other commands called as drop and truncate. Drop is used to drop the entire table, which is delete the table. So if we write drop teachers, drop table teachers, it will ask and we say okay, and as you can see in the database structure, teacher has been dropped successfully. More command called truncate, which basically deletes all the records from the table, and it doesn't delete the whole table, it just deletes all the record. So to see how it works, first we'll insert some data into our table student. Let's say 001, and here also will let's run it. So it says the data has been added successfully. So if we open our student table, we'll see the data that we have added, which is Anam and Dheeraj, and now we'll try to truncate the table. Truncate table, name is students. So after it is done, as you can see, all the data that we had added is gone, but the columns and the table is still there. So this is all about the DDL commands.